All right. Hey guys. So, I'm just sitting down to play a little heads up action. And yeah, we're going to play against um Mike F. Dem. I wonder if that's a play on words for rounders like Mike McDermott or Mike F. McDermott. But he's a beast at all stakes, pretty much on the Play Now site. He sits everything. I don't even think he jumps in a game unless it's like 3-6. 6 max, sure. But he sits every single stake heads up, so we're going to see how we do here. We got a gutter with a 2 of clubs. I do like to bet this board. Kind of small for the most part. Whether I have it or I don't have it, or if I have 2 red cards. It's just a hard board to continue with, so we'll see how it goes here. Alright, so what continues? Pair. Flush draw. I'm gonna bet big here. Two diamonds should not change anything, and we take it down. Organize my HUD here. I've played a few hands with Mike in some of my previous videos, usually at higher stakes. So to be quite honest, I usually don't see him sit this low, and he is opening for 3x. So kind of a treat. It's a treat to play a really tough opponent. That's not what I meant, but what I did mean is thank you for sitting such low stakes that I have a chance to play you and learn your game for smaller stakes. Because if you're duking it out, if you're battling and your goal is to just play heads up, climb the ranks, climb the ladder. See how he did not bet a third of the pot, so maybe he has some showdown value. But back to my story. If your goal is just to climb the ranks and play, 50 cent a dollar heads up, 1-2 heads up, 2-4, 3-6, right? 5-10. When you get to the big boy stakes, 10-20, I think 25-50 is the benchmark. Whenever you listen to so the clubs miss, maybe we have showdown value with our 5. But if you listen to most players' stories, 25-50 is the defining stake. That's where the money is quite significant, and you separate the men from the boys kind of thing, and you're going to learn that this caliber player does something quite a bit different. So yeah, he basically sits 3-6 or higher. He's one of the few people. And he sits and waits. Like, I don't see him looking for action getting action very often. He's the one sitting waiting. So I'm going to play him here, heads up, at 1-2, which I've never seen him sit this low. He must be just eager to play because he's been sitting out for so long because no one will play him. So we'll try our best here. We're going to duke it out against MikeFdem on playnow.com and see how we fare here. So we face our first 3-bet of the match. I think it's a pretty easy defend, just a flat call. And we absolutely whiff. Like, it's not even close. 5 of hearts and 2 of hearts would have been so much better. With the king of jack, we do block ace king and ace jack. There's really not a whole lot we can do here. Gonna let it go. Gonna fold the old 7-4. And we auto topped up there. So we're gonna open a 2.5x, stick to our game. It looks like he's a 3x kind of player. He must assume I'm really bad. I do the same thing. If you're gonna play heads up, you identify a really weak opponent. Let's open for 3x and build some way bigger pots in position. We do have the Jack of Spades on a very dry board. There shouldn't be too many 2s in this range or 7s. I am going to go ahead and bet small. 25% pot. You can get away with 30% pot on a lot of paired or dry boards. So he's going to float with a huge percentage of his range. A lead. Ace high and king high are a huge percentage of his range. I was going to lead this turn. What leads? Maybe a 7 trying to slow us down? Or less than a third of the pot again? Because he bet 4 into 14, right? So. Excuse me. We got the old top pair. I've been betting smallish. I'm going to bet a little bit bigger this time. On a more dynamic board. 5-7, 7-8, all kinds of hands that like to check raise or continue. Rainbow, though. Alright, so he's still going to open for 3x. We're going to defend our ace-7 off. I'm going to try and keep my timing, too. Like, I usually play fairly quick, but I'm going to try and keep my timing to at least, like, here, pre-flop. Pre-flop, there shouldn't be too many decisions. I'm going to float with our ace-high. Got a bunch of back doors. It might be the best hand. Queen 10 bets. Jack 7 bets. But I don't want to play too fast against him. So I'm going to try and at least keep my timing to here. And then maybe my second benchmark here. With all my checks and bets. Not that I have huge gaps in my timing tells. But do want to slow it down. So like I said, he's taking a bet with a 3. So he's betting bottom pair, which is really interesting. He's got a lot of backdoors, clubs, 7s, jacks, which he did hit on the river. But I generally check back my bottom pair. Because it's pretty weak. Unless you turn equity that you can barrel twice. But generally I check back my bottom. Here, another paired flop. But we paired our bottom card there on the 4, so we are going to c-bet against small. This is like a way ahead or way behind flop, right? He has a 4, a 10, or spades. That's kind of it. Probably going to proceed with pocket 5s or 6s that decided not to check raise pre-flop. And as far as 4 goes, we got our best 4. So if he has the old 4-5, 4-6, 4-7, stuff like that, we're way ahead with our king kicker, right? Not the greatest turn card. There's some turns I would barrel. Okay, river. Alright, so when he checks, he either checks back a 4, queen high that floated, or 5. He's saying he has showdown value, giving up on his bluffs, or a 10, right? But let's hope he has a weak 4. Pocket 6s. So yeah, 6s, so that's alright. So he's not 3-betting 6s, which means he's probably not 3-betting 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s. I'm guessing that's his cutoff for 3-betting. I'm pretty sure he's probably going to start 3-betting pre-flop with 7s plus, which is what we do, or I do, so good to know that that hand showing down was actually valuable. Valuable information. Going to fold the queen 3. Versus a 3x, the old 8-9 offsuit is just a pretty standard flat call. We got 1 spade. We like 7s on the turn. We like 10s and 6s on the turn. I guess we like a 9. If he doesn't have an ace, I think I like our call a whole lot more. He's betting very small, a third of the pot, so I think I am going to float, especially if we have 1 spade in our hand. Alright, I'm going to check one more time. Checks back really, really quick. I think I like a c-bet here. Have to try. He's probably going to check back. Obviously calling with a queen, obviously calling with an ace, but it's really a weird lead then check, so I really remove aces out of his hands on the turn. Could have a queen, could have a 6. But we can never show down 9 high and hope to win, really, right? It's very rare, so we've got to take a stab there. All right, so we're opening for 2.5x, which means he's going to call a little bit wider. Probably going to be calling us with around, what, 80% of his range-ish for 2.5x. At 3x, you should be calling around 60-61% of your range. I mean, the bigger your opponent opens on the button, the more you should tighten up, right? So I think I'm just going to let this go with a 4 here. You know what? We do have... He's betting really big. Like, I do have the ace of clubs, and if the river comes a club, then I can rep a flush. But he's betting really big. Yeah, if your opponent min raises, you should be calling quite a bit. You should be calling almost like 90+%, right? If your opponent 2.5x, then you should be calling, you know, almost 80%. And if your opponent's 3xing, you should be calling like 60%, right? So the bigger they make it, the more you tighten up and then play back at them with that particular range. So I'm going to stick to my 2.5x opening strategy, though. So if you see up here, it says 150 hands total. Come on, double click. 17 hands this match. So I think I'm going to keep it to this match and see what happens. He bet his bottom pair with a 3 last time. I like putting bottom pair and weak middle pairs into my check back range. It's kind of the heart and soul of your call down range on the turn. So he probes or leads the turn on the bigger side, 750 and a 950. There's not a lot of great rivers for us. Like, really, what are we hoping for? A spade, 3 or a queen? Spades to bluff, obviously, but how many spades do we not bet on the flop? I'm just going to let it go. Still opening for 3x. I think I fold king 2 and king 3 offsuit to a 3x open, but I'm going to proceed with king 4 off plus. We flop pretty decent. Again, we can never have aces, kings, or queens, so we never have a set on this board because we would 3-bet aces, kings, queens. Sixes, set of sixes we can have. We'd have king, queen. No, we 3-bet even king, queen offsuit. I think I am... Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to flat call this one. And then when it's a safe turn, I think I'm going to lead the turn. He bets a third of the pot. I think he bets bigger if he has a stronger hand. That just seems the type of bet sizing that he would do. So yeah, and the flush I'm not too worried about. Alright, so he 3-bets us now. Against a standard 3-bet or a tight 3-betting range. Even against a tight 3-betting range, we're always going to flat call our 10-jack here. And we pretty much whiff king 6-8 rainbow. We don't have a gutter. He can still have aces and kings and queens and jacks. We can never have those hands. Because jacks plus pretty much 4-bet get it in here, right? So 6. If when I check here, I never have 6s or 8s. And I have ace-8 suited. I can have king-jack. And for a lot of this, I want to basically speak out loud and get into the dialogue of What can we have? What can he have? Or what can't we have? What can't he have? Just based on the betting pattern. Remember, he's a really good player. So I'm going to expect him to, and we figured out his cutoff of 2s through 6s, he flat calls. He's more than likely 3-betting 7s plus. He's more than likely 3-betting ace 8 suited plus, I would imagine. Flat calling a 7 suited and below. I think I want to bet here small. He doesn't have a jack. We sort of had 2 overs to the 4 and the 5, a gutter. But when you bet small, you open the door for check raising. The smaller you bet, the likelihood that they're going to want to check raise. The bigger you bet, they're going to go, oh, wait, maybe he has something. I've decided I just want a flat call. So I'm going to bet bigger on the turn, like a full pot size bet. Yeah. Bloofy. Ace 9 suited. Ace 8 suited plus, I probably 3-bet ace 8 offsuit. Or better, I like to put ace 8 off, ace 8, ace 9 off, kind of into my my calling range. Even all the way up to ace jack offsuit. Like ace jack suited, I'd probably 3-bet. Ace jack offsuit, I probably flat call, which means you can now dominate some ace 9s, ace 10s, ace 7s that just open raise. And you can keep your ace jack offsuit into that range. Great turn card. Again, he's betting very, very small, a third of the pot. I think he bets bigger with like queen 10 of hearts, big kings, 7-8, 6-7s. All his bluffs, I think, bet bigger. I don't think he ever checks back a king on the turn. When a 2 of diamonds that just absolutely, I'm pretty comfortable betting for value here. There's just not many cards that, like a 2 of diamonds changes absolutely nothing on the turn, and he snap checks back. Means he's got to be pretty weak on the flop, right? Ace 5. So we got called by a 5. And I would bet even bigger with my missed flush draws, right? I want to be very polarized, like pure nuts or pure air on the river. So when I don't bet close to pot, like I bet, what, 12 into 19? I think I'd bet like 18 or 19 or 20 into 19 with the nuts or with air. So I bet, I was very value heavy on my bet sizing there. 10-6 suited, I think it's just a flat call here. So we have second pair, backdoor hearts. Me being all specific, I want these perfectly aligned. I'm going to check back our 10 one more time. I don't want to get too carried away. We have second pair. When he doesn't bet the flop, pretty comfortable now. That's a great river card. Because he bets king jack, he bets, jack 9, he bets ace jack. I'm going to bet small and hope to get paid off here. A third of the pot. If I were bluffing, I'd bet bigger or over. Like I said, pretty confident with our 10 here. Hopefully we got paid by like 9-8, 9-7, something like that. 9-7. Woo, we're reading hands now, right? This can go either way. I like a big bet or a check back. We've been checking back a fair bit. I'm going to bet big on this flop. Change it up for a change. Change it up for a change. That is way too wordy. Here's the problem with that. The 4 diamonds changes nothing, so I should bet big twice, right? If I check it back, I think I can only go for 2 streets of value, so I kind of want to go bet, and then check it back. If spades come, he's obviously going to bet. Queen of spades changes a lot. Fantastic river. He's never going to lead, but thing is, though, he calls with every king. King 5, king 6, king 7. So we lose to all kings, but at least I controlled the betting. Now I'm not facing a big bet, and I can check it back. King 2. Wow. Two pair. I didn't see, I think two pair, especially on a king 4 board. But I bet, remember, if I bet small, very likely to check raise. But I bet big on the flop, big on the turn. So I could have king jack. And I understand, I like his river check because it goes brick, brick, no spades come in, no Broadway cards come in. So I understand the river check. Personally, I think I might have check raised turn. I don't know. But well played by him. We got a gutter. And it can't be a 4 diamonds. We basically have 3 outs. Assuming we want to play our cards only and not the man. I'm just going to raise the white flag here and fold. 3-bet. So he's tight on the 3-bets. He's only 3-bet like 2 or 3 times here. We're going to let that one go. This auto top-up or auto rebuy is really weird. Like you can see I'm at, it's supposed to be 200, right? 185. Poker Stars, Full Tilt. All the other sites are like, well, not that Full Tilt exists anymore, but 9-4 suited is going to be a 3-bet. And we're going to go to 22. But it auto tops up within $1. You're 50 cents short, top up, top up. For this particular site play now, for some reason, it makes you, I think it's 20 bucks at this stake, and then you have to like get down to 180 before it tops you up to 200. I can manually do it, but it's just a pain in the ass. All right, MikeFdem. Come on, you guys know you're saying Mike fucking Dermott. Fucking D. Rounders, 1990. It's 21 years. 21 years ago. That's when that movie came. With Kanish, John Turturro as Kanish. Edward Norton as Worm. Alright, 10-6 suited, I think it's just a simple flat call here. We have top pair. Not happy about it, but we're definitely not folding to a flop bet. It's a weak top pair. We got backdoor. Snap check back. Snap check backs. I think he bets all diamonds, so I'm not worried about a flush. Ace 9. King Jack would have bet. Not too worried about the queen, actually. Do I want to bet for value? You know what? I'm going to pot control with a strong calling range here. Like, I'm leaning towards snap calling pretty much all bets. Yeah. Okay. I could leave for value, but what am I targeting a 9 at this point? Basically, I bet and hope to get called by 9 if I want. Yeah, he was really weak. 5x. Then there's Petra, the Russian. She's been in a lot of movies lately. Petra. 1998 Rounders. Mike fucking McDermott. 8 Dewey against a 3-bet. 8-3. I'll let this one go. Who else was in there? They like made Johnny Chan like a hero playing 300 600 limit. Just great back in his prime. That's fine. Gonna call the King 5. Not much going for us. Backdoor straight draw. 1 over the King. He usually bets $4. He doesn't even bet on a straight board like this. Why don't you bet? Pocket 7s, 8s, and 9s bet for protection. What checks back? Like trip 10s, you're so strong, you check it back. Like what checks back? 4, 5 bets, 6, 7 bets, 7, 8 bets. I don't think I have showdown value with a king. Do I have a showdown? What? Queen Jack? Queen Jack, Queen 9? All the Queen X hands probably check back. Now they're going to have to bluff. I might hero here with a king. We have the same hand. I'm going to say, if he bets, I don't understand. The only hands that I normally check back are Queen X. 9-7 bets, 9-8 bets. There's so many hands that bet there for like gutters and stuff. The only hands that you don't like are the Queen Jack style, Queen Jack variety, I guess. Back to rounders. Who else is in there? Remember all the other, yeah. Oh, the villain himself. Sorry, I'm just got too many screens going on here. He's also in Billions now. What's his name? My goodness. Hanging around. Hanging around. This son of bitch. Check, check, check. He tricked me. Is it trick or trap? Oh my goodness. I'm actually forgetting the actor's name. He was in Mice of Men. He's in Billions. What the heck is his name? Eddie KGB. All right, I got the actor's screen name. Bad turn card. It is good and bad. No diamonds get there. 5-7 check raises, 7-8 check raises. But when he calls, he's calling with a piece. So he's either calling with a 4, a 6, or a weaker jack than us. So a lot of players double barrel here. When the board, that middle card, he could have a lot of 6s in his range. It's easy to check back. Now the diamond, that sucks. He's good enough to rep diamonds. 5-7 would have check raised. 7-8 would have check raised. Does he turn a 4 into showdown value? Diamonds check raise. I think I have to call here. He's just, yeah, look at that. He's value betting, value owning himself. He's too good a player. He's too good a player. I know he's capable of bluffing and barreling and betting huge. I think I just have to pay him off there. If you got the flush, well done. Is his name John Malkovich? Is that the actor I'm thinking of? Mr. John Malkovich? Pretty sure it is. What a weird board. So we have range advantage here. We open, when he doesn't 3-bet, remember, he's a good player, so he would re-raise aces, he would re-raise kings, he would re-raise jacks, he would re-raise ace-king, he would re-raise ace-jack suited. So when he doesn't have any of those and we have a range advantage, it's really weird. The only hand he can call with ace-2, ace-3, spades. He snap, checks back, ace-4, ace-5, but I'm going to make this pot really, really big. Because we can have a really, really, really strong hand. He cannot at this point. But he's capable. He knows that, right? That is a fantastic river. He could have, what doesn't 3-bet? King Jack offsuit. Ace-8 offsuit. Ace-5 offsuit. Missed spades. I'm just trying to see what hands do I get value from when he calls guys, if you can, good players will always bet big on the turn and put people to the test. If they call the turn, alarm bells should go off. He has 1 pair, maybe 2 pair. I'm going to check here. Just the Queen Jack. See, he had the 1 pair. I guess I should have talked that through a little more. Jack Queen does make sense. We haven't been look at our 3-bets, 6%. So finally, I'm used to people min-raising where I play a lot more hands. So we're finally going to 3-bet with the old 5-3 suited here. This is on the bluff end of our 3-betting range. Now we do connect. I'm going to continue here. He never has aces, kings, or ace-king, because those definitely 4-bet pre-flop. And since we've been so tight, we represent a much stronger range here. Aces, kings, you know, this is not my favorite flop. Any flat calls. I'm going to check here one time. I'm not too concerned he has a flush. You can have like king jack, king 10, king 9. Because I think all the bigger kings, ace king definitely 4-bets. Does he check back king queen suited? 6-7. If he has 6-7, I know a bet's coming because he's not going to surrender. He's going to fire 60, 70 bucks for sure. But if I have jacks, would I call it? If I had jacks, would I call here? All right, what is he betting for value? He checks back a queen for sure. He checks back a king for sure, like a weak king. 6-7 misses. He's never betting 7s, 9s. He's calling all ace-8s. I think I'm gonna call here. Ah, there's the ace-8. Because he's never betting 10s, he's never betting queen. It literally has to be an 8x or a bluff. So, I'm okay with that. I'm actually going to review it. Review. Well, I'm glad I got myself down to calling, the ability to call with a 5, narrowing his hand down to like a weak king that has to bet, which I think he checks back, or like an 8x. I need to be able to call some bluffs there with a weak 5 to pick off missed draws, right? So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. No music this time. Just my late night FM voice. Gonna check it back. We do have a key card, Ace of Spades. We know he cannot be bluffing. The nut flush draw. Always good to know which cards are in your hands. So we now chop with pretty much Ace 10, Ace Jack, Ace 10 and Ace 8 below. There's no sense in betting. I just, what am I hoping to get called by? Like if I bet $10, hit pot, maybe it looks like I have 4 or 5 of spades that missed. I don't know. I just check that one back. Chop with most aces. Good thing is he's not running us over. We're thinking through our hands. He is still opening to 3x against me. Usually, how many hands we played? 46 hands. Usually after 50, 60 hands, some opponents will make adjustments and start opening smaller against me, realizing, hey, I don't want to give him that much of an incentive. I think I do want to check raise this really big to the $15 variety. Yeah, we do have the King of Hearts. I like having an 8. I have a lot of suited 8-9s here. And we haven't check raised a paired board yet. Normally when I check raise paired boards, I want to check raise with blockers. And what I mean by that is if the board's, let's say, 2-7-7, I'd rather have a 6 or an 8 in my hand, because a lot of times opponents like the 6-7 suited or the 7-8 suited. So if you have a 6 or an 8 in your hand, just removes a few combos. It's not guaranteed, but it removes a few combos of 6-7 and 7-8 that are likely going to connect with that board, so removes the small chance you might have trips, right? You can still complete airball it. Check raise with pure air. I usually try and check raise with some blockers to a certain frequency. Gonna flat call the Jack 6 suited. We got a lot of backdoor potential here. We like diamonds. We like 10s. I like 6s, I think, too. Do I want to check raise here? Don't think I want to check raise this one. We just did the last time. If you look at our stats here, check raise. His check raise is 0. Nice turn card. I think I like a check Rizzle. 10 Jack always bets. He never has 10 Jack. Bets the flop and the turn with that. I like a check raise here if he does bet. I just don't think he can ever have 10 Jack, especially with 1 Jack in our hand. Ooh, I like our read. What do you guys think? Gonna review that one. But I like the way I played the hand. I think it was interesting to say the least. At best, he has 1 pair, maybe 2 pair. Right, so here's one of those boards. You can check it back, or you can bet like 20% pot. You're way ahead or way behind, right? Like, you have an ace? Yes or no? You had if I had trips, would I smash it? No, that's a waste. If I had a bluff, would I smash it? No, the second you get called, you're like, fuck. So betting 1/5 pot with like your whole range is just a really sound strategy, I think. So that's why I bet 20% there with the air ball. Because I would do the same bet with trips. All right. We're up against 3-bet here. 9-10 is a pretty good candidate for a flat call. Betting 4x against us. Kind of whiff. We got backdoor spades, backdoor running straight. Don't like runner with 2 undercards. Not much we can do. We're gonna let her go. All right, MikeFdem. Nice c-bet, my friend. You win the money. I have sound clips. I wish I had my sound clips queued up for you. Adam. I knew it. Fucking knew it. Check, 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 check. He tripped me. Satisfied now, Teddy? 21 years ago. Wow, that movie. All right, another 3x open. Gonna flat call. Our 3-betting is so tight, which is just unfortunate. 54 hands in. Like, normally I would 3-bet way more than this, somewhere in the 22% range. But I 3-bet value and bluffs. We just got that middle range. When you got like a middle range, I kind of like to call. I want to 3-bet polarized for the most part. Polarized just means I either have it or I don't. I want both ends of the spectrum. If you have that middling part of your range, it's strong enough to just call, then why raise? If you raise and then get 4-bet, you're like, fuck. Right? So, like, you kind of want to make it easier on yourself. Make it clean and clear. I'm 3-betting for value. I'm 3-betting as a bluff. If I get raised, I'm continuing. If I get raised, I'm folding this half. If you're right in the middle, you're like, I don't know if I should call. I don't know if I should fold. Well, don't put yourself in that spot. Very dry texture. I could go one of 2 ways. I could bet a third of the pot here quite comfortably with my second pair. I can check it back. If I had trip kings, I would definitely check it back. We're still losing to all kings. We've got a decent kicker with our 8s. This is a very easy call for like a 40% pot bet. You can always have a 2. Spades miss. When he checks, he's no longer value betting king. We lose to ace-8. That's it. He took the 0 equity bluff. The absolute, I need to bet, and then he rivered a pair, so. Three X open, we're gonna flat call. Alright, we pair our 9. This is one of those paired flops. He could have king 10, queen 10, aces, kings, jacks. For the most part, he's gonna bet a third of the pot with pretty much his whole range here. With jack 9, with jack jack, with 9-9. Not a great turn card. our hand, what floats? All of our nines float, all of our weak jacks might check raise, and weak ace highs. It just gets worse and worse. So if we had trips, we can't really value bet anymore. When he snap check backs, I don't think he ever has a king. Again, I'm going to turn our hand into a bluff. At best, he has a straight, and we can have all of the flushes. We block sets. I like our hand. We're playing well here, I think. I'm going to review this. So I turned my hand because I don't think I can call down. I lose to a 10, obviously. But we can have Jack Queen. We can have Jack King. Yeah, we can have a couple full houses there, so I'll let this one go. So we're actually losing money overall. We're losing $50, but I think we're playing very well against him. It's just a matter of time till like it evens out. No guarantees, but I like the way we're playing against him. We're only playing one table. We're thinking through each hand. We're more concerned with his hand than we are with our hand. And hopefully we're not giving him as easy a time as he thought he might have with us. Easy call, king 10 defend. Top pair, decent kicker on a king 7-3. Again, we never have aces, kings, queens, or ace king because all those hands 3-bet. King queen suited 3-bets. But best we have, at best, is king queen offsuit, definitely bets. At best we have king 10 off. That's our best hand. I'm gonna overbet here. How many draws? Got top 2. I don't think he ever checks back a set, but he's more than likely to have a good draw. I want to give him the wrong price. I just really don't think he checks back. King 7-3, he's might check back a set of kings, but when we have one in our hand, it's really hard. I bet big here on the old ace-9 jack. Last time he called down, he had a range advantage. He never has aces, never has jacks, never has nines, never has ace jack suited or ace 9 suited. At best, he's got a weak ace like an ace 2, 7, ace 8. So I am going to bet again. We have a range advantage. The 6 should not change anything. It puts a ton of pressure on a weak ace. Or if you don't have an ace, you don't love your jack or your 9, right? Because we can have aces, kings, queens, jacks, 10s, ace king, ace jack suited. Because we're the opener. When he never re-raises, not in his range, but it is in our range. So I'm really just betting with range advantage. And he quits us. Well, guys, that was our match against Mike fucking McDermott. Do you guys see Matt Damon? All I saw was Matt Damon. But fun match. But like I said, I'm surprised he's sitting this low, these stakes. He usually plays way, way higher. Hope you had fun. Interesting match. Short match, 44 minutes. We lost $40. I don't think it was about the $40. I think we played some pretty interesting hands nonetheless. Hope you guys like the thought process. But yeah, we'll wrap this one up and hopefully we get more action. I'm sure I'll see him at the higher stakes next time. All right, I'm out. Till the next one. Later.